Well, you will soon be seeing a couple of new faces in the WTOC sports department, including a new sports director. Jeff Roberts has joined the WTOC team from Bismarck, North Dakota, and this weekend he will hit the ground running with one of the biggest football games of the year. We're going to talk about that in just a bit, but we want to introduce you to Jeff on Morning Break. How are you?
Tim, fantastic. Thank you so much for having me on and officially introducing to the Savannah and Southeast Georgia
community. We are so excited for you to be here. Know you're going to be on the air as early as today, but people have already seen you out and about because you're so anxious to get started. I saw you shooting high school football last week.
Yeah, and it was one of those things that it was the final 8 teams in each level. You kind of get to get out and meet the community, shake some hands, and see some faces. So that was a great first weekend, and it only gets busier this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mentioned where you will be tomorrow. People probably recognize that from what I was mentioning, but what game will you be shooting tomorrow?
Something like the SEC championship.
Right. Georgia Bulldogs,
Georgia.
Alabama. I mean, the championship games don't get bigger than the one you're going to be at tomorrow. I'm a little bit bummed that I'm not going to be there. I have a niece getting married in New Jersey tomorrow. I've got to fly up for that. And but you're going to have just what an atmosphere that's going to be.
Yeah, that was one of those things that a couple weeks ago when we're just getting started, get the email, hey, plan for the SEC championship. And so these 2 weeks have kind of just been ramping up for that, getting comfortable, and then we hit the road really early tomorrow morning. And as you said, really conference championships don't come much bigger than that one.
Yeah. Well, you and I have talked several times in the last week, and I know the big events are great, but you are all about local sports, local athletes, telling stories that people aren't going to get anywhere else.
Absolutely. It was one of those things that, as you mentioned at the beginning, that coming from Bismarck, North Dakota, that's all it is. It's your local communities that mean the most. One of the last stories I told was a program who had been around for 50-plus years, made their first ever postseason, made a run to the state championship. Things like that really draw in the viewers and make sure that, these are people in your community, and those are the ones that are the most important stories.
Yeah, and your community now, too, because I know you've already made some contacts. You were out shooting a story this morning.
Yeah.
You were very anxious to get out there and do it on the ground roots level.
Absolutely, because WTOC is so, rooted in this community as a news station. It's one of those things that the sports department, I believe, needs to match that, and hopefully for years to come, we're able to bring that to the table.
All right, well, enough about the job. Tell folks a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so this is that picture. Just got married last September, a year and a couple months ago.
Right.
That's my wife, Anna. We've been now married, as mentioned, a year and a few months, and just a huge Detroit sports fan right outside Detroit. So as you saw, the Tigers jersey, my dad and I being around North Dakota, Minneapolis is right there. So
Excellent.
You see some animals. We have 2 cats and a dog, Luna Kitazuko. Some pictures. A hobby of mine is golf. North Dakota has some of the most gorgeous golf courses that I have ever been on. And that picture was in the Badlands, over in North and South Dakota. Wow. Old picture of me in Beulah, North Dakota. There's Luna one more time. So it's a busy life outside of this job, but it's a life that I always say thankful and grateful, and I am so thankful and grateful to be living it.
Well, we are grateful to have you here, and good luck to you. I know it's going to be a lot of fun doing the job. It's going to be a lot of work, and we're really looking forward to getting you on the air. And we will maybe tell people a little bit later where you went to college.
Absolutely.
Or you want to tell them now?
Central Michigan.
Oh, Central Michigan. But who do you root for?
I'm a huge Michigan fan. I grew up around the Michigan athletic department, so when it comes time to this time of year, I get it. You'll see some maize and blue in the Georgia Bulldogs. I promise we're going to be as bipartisan as possible.
Don't hold it against him. He's one of ours now. Jeff, looking forward to working with you.
Thanks, Tim.
Appreciate it. Well, there are a lot of events happening to celebrate the holidays this weekend in the Coastal Empire and